Let's get started on the last step of the project, which is the makeover days. Okay, this is really where you're showing me your knowledge on everything that we've done on this project so far. So what you're going to be doing is you are going to be adjusting your original 2 days of your diet so that your new plan is, number one, meeting those nutrition goals, and on top of that, you're also going to include the following. First thing we want to be sure we're including is that we are including breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We want to be sure that we are eating 3 meals in a day. The other thing we want to make sure that we're including is all food groups. So make sure we're adding protein, grains, vegetables, fruit, dairy, all of those things. Okay? So what you're going to do is you are going to go to MyFitnessPal and you are going to click on food. When you get to food, you are going to go back to the original day that you inputted into MyFitnessPal that you were doing your project on. So mine was October 22nd. So I'm going to go ahead and click on October 22nd. Now, I am not just deleting every single thing that I ate off of this day and moving on and saying, all right, I'm just going to totally change it and make it all healthy, something I know is going to be right. That is not what we're doing. What we are doing is we are adjusting the days to make sure that we are adding 3 meals a day, all food groups, and meeting those nutrition goals. Over here, you can see how many you have remaining, or if you're over. If you're in green, you're good. If you're in red, you've been over. Okay? So, clearly, I had 3 meals. I said that I ate 3 meals in my day, so I am good there. I have already met that goal for the project. Now I want to make sure that I'm including all of those food groups. Do I have protein? Okay, right here. I have chicken and cheese taquitos. Chicken is protein. I also have General Tso's chicken here, so I definitely got that protein in. What else did I say to include? Grains. So am I eating those grains? I have fried rice. Fried rice is a grain. My Cheez-Its, maybe they're not a healthy grain, but they're all right, and things like that. Vegetables. Do I have any vegetables? Let's see. It looks like I did not include any vegetables in my meal. So what I need to do is I need to add vegetables to either breakfast, lunch, or dinner. So I'm going to look at what I ate and I'm going to say, what can I eat to make my meal healthier to include vegetables? Like, when would I have that? I have a good idea. I had Cheez-Its for lunch. Cheez-Its, to be honest, aren't that healthy. Plus, they put me over on my carbs because Cheez-Its are, I guess, only one carb, but I'm going to erase my Cheez-Its. And instead of eating Cheez-Its for lunch, I'm going to add a vegetable. So I'm going to look up examples of vegetables. And I'm going to make sure that I'm going to be realistic and I am only going to put a vegetable that I would actually eat for lunch. Okay? So I'm not a huge vegetable person, so I'm going to make sure that I'm thinking about this. I do like salad though. So I'm going to say that instead of eating Cheez-Its, I deleted the Cheez-Its. I'm going to add a food, and I am going to add, what did I say? Salad. I'm going to add just a tiny little salad for my lunch. Make sure you're choosing the one that would be most like the one you had. I would say I'd have like 1.5 cups of salad probably. So I'm going to add that food to my diary. Now I added my salad. Now I need to make sure that I'm adding the dressing that I'm putting on it. I don't want to just say, oh, I had salad. I don't eat salad plain. So I'm going to add Olive Garden light dressing. Olive Garden light Italian dressing, and then how much. You should know teaspoons, tablespoons, things like that. I'd say probably 2 tablespoons on my salad. Okay, so boom. I have now added vegetables to my diet, which is exactly what I wanted to do. Now, fruit. Did I eat any fruit? No, I did not. I mean, Fruit Loops don't technically count as fruit. So, I think I'm going to take Fruit Loops off. I'm just not going to have Fruit Loops for breakfast. Instead of having Fruit Loops for breakfast, I'm going to have fruit, like regular fruit. So I'm going to have strawberries. Yeah, I'm going to have a cup of strawberries and I'm going to have a cup of kiwi too. Strawberries and kiwi. I'm probably not going to have, yeah, I'm going to have one kiwi without the skin. Okay, and so now in the breakfast, instead of having Fruit Loops, I'm going to have strawberries and kiwis, and then I won't need that milk either. So, boom, now I have fruit. The last one is dairy. Originally, I had dairy because I ate Fruit Loops, which had milk with it. But now, I need to add milk, and I'm just going to drink a glass of milk with my dinner to get my milk in. Search percent milk, 1 cup. I would say I'd probably have 2 cups of milk, to be honest. That can go with my dinner. Perfect. Now, I have done the following. I have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I made sure I had all my food groups. Now, I need to make sure that I'm meeting my nutrition goals. So, I'm a little over on carbs, but that doesn't really bother me, to be honest. Sugar, I'm a little over on sugar. I could easily eliminate that by just not having my can of Coke. 35 grams of sugar. I'm over 32. I can get rid of that just by not drinking Coke. I could have water for lunch. So I'm just going to go ahead and say I won't have that Coke for lunch. And then I'm still over on my sodium. Let's see why. These cheese and chicken taquitos have a bunch of sodium in them. So what I can do is instead of having 4 taquitos for lunch, I could have 3. That puts me only 177 over. So I feel like I'm pretty good on my sodium, because if I go back to this slide, it says, were you over the goal by more than 100 milligrams? I'm only 177 off. I could do something else, but anyway, I'm not even going to do that right now. I'm just going to keep going. So I have now adjusted this date. I went back to the date. I made sure I added all that information. I am going to view my full report. Then I'm on my report. I'm going to move my face over here. I'm going to screenshot my report because I am now going to put my new report on the slide. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to insert the image from my computer that I just screenshotted. Mine goes to my desktop. I don't know where yours is going to go. Okay. And I am going to explain on this page. I'm not just going to insert my screenshot and move on with my day. I don't remember what you did on the first slides. Like, this is your time to show me you understand how to make this a healthier option. So I can highlight my changes. I can discuss my changes down here in the speaker notes. First thing I'm going to highlight, up here it says to highlight changes, copy and paste the box. So I'm going to copy this box and I am going to highlight the breakfast. Then down here in speaker notes, I'm going to say, I'm going to make this like bullet points. I changed my breakfast from Fruit Loops to strawberries and kiwi to meet my fruit requirement. Boom. Next, what else did I do that I knew I changed? I'm going to paste another highlighted box. I'm going to highlight my chicken and cheese taquitos because remember, then I'm going to put my information. I went from 4 taquitos for lunch to 3 to reduce my sodium intake. What else? Oh yeah. Remember I had something else for lunch. It wasn't a salad. I forget, but I could, if you forgot, you could go back to your day one screenshot, but I don't have a day one screenshot because I didn't do it. So I'm just going to click, and I know that I added it. I want it to be a bullet point. I added salad to my lunch so that I had a vegetable. Boom. What else did I change? Paste. Honestly, if you didn't want to highlight it and you just wanted to discuss it, that's okay, but I added milk for dinner because I took off my cereal, so I was not getting much dairy, which now that I think about it, I had chicken and cheese taquitos, so I still did have that cheese, but never hurts to have a glass of milk. Okay, what else did I do? Oh, remember, I took off my cherry Coke to reduce my sugar intake. Etc. So whatever I did, obviously you guys have now noticed by watching me that I should be writing things down so that I can make sure that I am including it. But boom, I have all my changes that I made. So now I understand that you guys understand how to make your meal healthier and to include all food groups, to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and all those good things. Okay? Remember, make this realistic. I want you guys to actually learn something from this. And if you're just including a vegetable, just to include it like, oh, I'll add broccoli, but you hate broccoli, then it's not really an applicable project. So make sure that you're doing those things. If you have any questions with this part, be sure to ask me for help and I'll be happy to help you. Make sure that you are doing this for day 1 and day 2. All right?